Chair. Thank you very much. I'm Rob Macdonald, the Vice President of Exploration for Southern Silver Exploration. And I'll be speaking to you today about the company and primarily our flagship project, the Cerro Las Minitas Silver Lead Zinc Skarn system located in Durango, Mexico. I will be making forward-looking statements. I'm a geologist. That tends to be what we do, so please be warned. And so in terms of Southern Silver, our flagship project is Cerro Las Minitas. It's a skarn CRD silver lead zinc system based in southeast Durango, Mexico. It is currently one of the largest and highest grade undeveloped silver-based projects in the world, with indicated and inferred resources totaling 350 million silver equivalent ounces at an average grade of 325 grams per ton silver equivalent. It's located in a well-established mining and development district in Durango, Mexico. We've recently put out a preliminary economic assessment on the project, and the highlights are a long life, 15-year mine life with robust project economics that I'll get into in a little bit further in the talk. Some very high revenues and free cash flows, and exposure to both precious and base metals, and particular leverage to both silver and zinc, which are seen as very desirable commodities within this current EV revolution. Corporate highlights: we own the project 100%, and we've got 5 million Canadian in the treasury, which is enough to keep us going in the near term as we continue de-risking and developing the project moving forward. Company catalysts: we've just done a resource update, and I'll touch on that in the presentation. We continue to work on engineering upgrades to upgrade the PEA and the cash flow values of the project moving forward. And then we have two other projects: our Oro project in southern New Mexico and our Hermanas project, again in southern New Mexico, that I'll touch on toward the end of the presentation. So back to Cerro Las Minitas, again, one of the largest undeveloped silver-based projects in the world. And this is where we sit within I guess, the scheme of things of other undeveloped projects. And you have tonnage on the x-axis and then grade on the y-axis. So you can see there are some larger projects by tonnage. We tend to be higher grade. There are other projects that are higher grade. We tend to be larger and with larger amount of contained silver equivalent ounces. Capital markets profile of the company. I guess the highlights here are about a $50 million market cap. I believe we're, as you'll hear from most junior explorers right now, we are terribly undervalued in today's environment, with a P versus NAV of 15%. And we do get coverage through Red Cloud Securities, Fundamental Research, as well as newsletter coverage, Caesars Report, Silver Stock Investor, and silverchartist.com. We feature an experienced management team and board that have a history of success, particularly in Mexico. You'll see in the resumes a number of world-class projects that have been brought to development. And this is what we intend to do with this project: get it to a production decision, either within this company or through joint venture or sale of the asset to the benefit of the junior explorer. We are primarily explorers with Southern Silver, not necessarily developers. And so we're looking at particular exit strategies for the benefit of the shareholder. The project is located in northern Mexico. It's located in the heart of the Faja de Plata, belt of silver. In northern Mexico, we're surrounded by world-class deposits. It's 100% owned, and we've put over $35 million in exploration and development money into the project since initially taking on the project in 2011. We do have a couple of other projects in the company in southern New Mexico. Again, I will touch on those. The Oro project is a large laramide porphyry system that we continue to explore. We drilled 4 holes last year and have continued work that we want to bring to that project. And then a new project that we brought on, our Hermanas project. It's a gold-silver epithermal vein system, again located in southern New Mexico. And we're in the permitting stage on that and should be looking at drilling that project toward the end of 2023, maybe early 2024. So there's a number of catalysts that we have moving forward on the projects. So with Cerro Las Minitas, again, to get back to that, we're well located in the area of active exploration and development. We're surrounded by mining projects, so it's not just an exploration area, but it is a development district where we're located. It's located in a safe jurisdiction around non-narcotic agriculture. As I like to joke, we're out in the middle of the bean fields, not the marijuana fields. We're out of the way of the narcos. It's very safe access in and out of the project. We have federal highways, 2 federal highways running right through the project, rail line. We access the project from the town of Guadalupe, Victoria. It's located a 10-minute drive to the south of where the mineral resources are and our proposed mine development would be. And we're located immediately adjacent to the city of Durango. It's only 70 kilometers away. It's essentially an hour's drive to get to the project. We operate out of Guadalupe, Victoria, 10-minute drive to the project. We have our exploration permits in place. We have our social license initiatives in place with the local ejido. And then the face of Southern Silver in Mexico is Mexican, and that includes administration, legal, as well as our exploration people on the project. This is Cerro Las Minitas, the Hill of Little Mines that we're coalescing into one large mine. You can see the federal highway in the foreground, access from Guadalupe, Victoria on the left, with the overpass, one of the aforementioned bean fields in the foreground. And so we've identified 4 deposits on the western side, 2 deposits on the eastern side, with the latest extension of mineralization wrapping around the northern side of the Cerro. And so geologically, this will be my only geology slide here in the presentation. We have a central intrusion in that pink magenta color. That acts as the heat pump of the system. It intrudes into a carbonate, so limestones and marbles. That feeds the skarn system that wraps around the central intrusion. A mineralization is localized, and you can see it in the 3D rendering in the graphic on the right. Mineralization is localized around that central intrusion, as well as in structures adjacent to the central intrusion. The larger deposit, the skarn front, is located on the western flank, and then we've identified 3 high-grade shoots: the South Skarn, Mina Labacona, and now the North Feldsite. That's the latest addition to what we've identified there, located on the eastern side. A summary of the resources, again, quite a large resource base here, 33.5 million tons, 350 million silver equivalent ounces. That breaks out into 122 million ounces of silver, 2.8 billion pounds of combined lead and zinc. So again, very good representation from both the silver side and particularly the zinc side, but also just in the general base metals as well. Summary of the PEA you see on the right is the after-tax cash flow. I've shown a base case in blue as well as a base case plus 15. We're already well in terms of spot prices today. We're already well into the base case and heading towards the base case plus 15 in terms of spot prices today. So the base case economics after tax NPV 5% of 349. That translates to $1.55 Canadian a share, and we're sitting at around 18 cents today. So again, I believe we're tremendously undervalued at this point, and an opportunity for the investors out there to get exposure to a good silver project. Again, leverage, high revenues, and then the capex of 341. Just wanted to highlight here our production schedule. And what you see in the back end is there is a production deficit. There is less tonnage going to the mill in those years, and that allows us to expand our resources and apply that to the cash flow model within the context of the 15-year mine life of the project. So you're not adding years in 16, 17, and 18 that you get less value to the internal rate of return on the NPV. It's all being built into the current mine plan. So that's the objective that we have. New deposits, we've added some mineralization. There's more to follow. We're working on further metallurgy to add that into the cash flow model, continue to add value. And we are looking at things like ore sorting, again, to decrease capital costs in the project and increase the economic value of the project. And so just in terms of exploration, there's clearly more to come. On the right-hand side, I show the Scarn Front deposit. It extends to over 1 kilometer at depth. The 3 high-grade chutes, the South Scarn, Mina Labacona, North Felsate, those are the eastern deposits. And these only go down to around 500 meters below surface. There's more to come as we continue to explore and develop this project. And so these are, in summary, continuing the pathway to production, getting the permitting parameters, baseline studies, government and social engagement, and then the technical opportunities on the project, mineral resource update, that's now completed, evaluating gold recovery to build into the cash flow model, update the engineering design to incorporate the new resource as well as some other efficiencies, ore sorting, and then potential continued exploration. And then I should probably stop at that and just open the floor to questions.